Welcome! You're watching Weazel News. You do the crime, we film the whole time. This is a special live broadcast with your favorite reporter, Chester Bedingfield. Good evening, Los Santos. Weazel News has been receiving anonymous tips via our email regarding the return of the sick, demented, twisted, psychopathic, cannibalistic, murderous Blaine County butcher serial killers. Last year, Jack Uhoff was convicted of multiple violent assaults and murders. He was found guilty in one of the most infamous trials of 2022, The People versus Jack Uhoff. Many citizens who lived through the terrorizing weeks of the butcher are still affected to this day. We spoke to an anonymous victim of the butcher that was brave enough to share their survival of kidnapping and torture. Viewer discretion is advised. Chester Bedingfield, Weazel News, with an anonymous victim from the butcher. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
When was your experience last with the serial killer?
Like my last one, or where it all started.
I guess where it all started.
It was a stormy, cloudy day. Me and my friends were just hanging out in the alley, and a family of Southern folk approached us, wanting to have some gumbo or something with their family. And you look at Twitter and Life Invader, and you see these cases of people going missing and body parts going missing. This family just didn't sit right, so we just brushed it off. We told them, hey, screw off. A couple days goes by, and they knew our hangout spot, and that's when it all happened. They abducted me. My friends chased them down with guns drawn, but they got away, and that's when it all started.
So essentially, you're saying an entire Southern family. They acted together to abduct you.
Yeah, they said it's from Mother's Gumbo, and they needed bits of me, and I had no choice. I had to go. They bagged me. It was three at first, and then this big guy came out of nowhere. I was in this place, smelled like iron, ass. I'm pretty sure there's pee in the corner. I don't know, and that's when this big guy came out of nowhere, started grunting. Luckily, I had a teddy bear. I thought I could have got out with the kindness. But the fact that I said it smelled like pee there didn't. It never sat well with them.
What did they end up doing to you?
They they started with they started with fingertips and my toes. So much pain. Breaking them first.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And I was dozing in and out. They saw that I regained consciousness, and they pushed me into this dark room, and and that's when they they took my whole scalp, hair and all.
They scalped your head, as in like Indian style.
They took it all. I woke up at pillbox, wraps on my head, and fingers sewn back on, and that's all I remember.
That's an amazing story. We're so glad that you survived through this traumatic time. Can you tell us, how do you feel right now? Do you still fear for your safety?
So he reappeared a couple months ago, and he attacked another one of my friends, and maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but I do feel like I'm somewhat one of the root of attractions. I think it's something with that teddy bear I gave him. The big guy.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
noticed I mean, he has had multiple victims in the past. I'm not sure about the
Yeah.
exact number. It was before my time, but ideally, he is a dangerous person. So lots of people definitely have been on edge lately.
I wouldn't, you know, don't be alone, guys. Can't don't be alone in alleyways. Make
Lock
sure
your
you're around
doors.
friends.
Lock your doors.
Lock your doors. This he's not to take lightly. He's not to take lightly. Listen to me. He's not to take lightly. You could be next. Could be next.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Fuck.
Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, you boys ready to get into some shit?
Hell yeah, brother. Let's ride.
You'll never get your patch with that toy.
That's just what I was thinking. We should head to Sandy Motorcycles at Postal 277. They'll get you in a real bike.
Thanks, Sandy Motorcycles at Postal 277. I got a great bike at an affordable price.
They also saved us from secondhand embarrassment.
What a heartbreaking interview with such a strong survivor of the Butcher's destruction. We later received another anonymous email, and when our field reporters followed up on the tip, they arrived at the old Butcher farmhouse on O'Neill Road. It wasn't long after arriving that a suspicious blue van arrived at the front of the house. Our news crew began filming what they saw. Let's take a look. Our field reporters were recording earlier at the house to follow up on the anonymous tip we received, and as they were there, they had to take cover from a suspicious van. Looks like we had two individuals come out of that van. Both of them do match the description of previous butcher killers with that cloth mask on top of their heads. They are arguing for a bit as they have recently exited the van. There's something at the back of the van they seem to be paying attention to. Let's see what they end up doing. One's carrying a body, by the looks of it, a body of a much larger individual, and it looks like they also have a bag on their head and an apron. This is definitely looking much like the Butcher situation. The individuals exit the house. One's carrying an axe. Two of them are carrying an axe. And it looks like this individual is the one that was passed out earlier. He's walking around like he's completely fine. Did not expect that. And they drive off. Unfortunately, guys, that is all I can show you. This is an ongoing investigation that Weazel News will continue to cooperate with detectives on. Please remain on high alert and report anything suspicious to PD. As for now, that is all the time we have here tonight. This has been a special report with your host, Chester Bedingfield. Have a great night, Los Santos.
Weazel Productions.